It's time for recipe of the day. This recipe is super delicious, easy to make. You just need a little rice, maybe some stir-fried broccoli on the side, and it is going to be so tasty. You're going to love it. I love it. I want to eat it again right now. Okay, so this is like that classic Asian American takeout restaurant sort of thing, except it's not battered and deep fried. Okay, so how do you make this air fryer orange chicken? You are starting with 1.5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast cut into 1-inch pieces. And then you're putting those on a plate like in a single layer, sprinkle with 3/4 teaspoon of salt, give it a stir, and then kind of rearrange it and do another 3/4 teaspoon of salt and give it another stir. And then you're letting that sit for 10 minutes. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of salt and you're wondering why is that sitting there for 10 minutes? Well, I have done this test and it actually makes it more tender and juicy. The salt really penetrates into the chicken. And I think it's kind of doing like the beginning of a quick dry brine. And I'll tell you, I've actually done the test to see what is the optimal amount of time to do this for. So I did one batch that was just salted right before cooking, one batch that was salted and set for 10 minutes before cooking, and then another batch that sat for 20 minutes before cooking. And the 10-minute one was juicier and more tender than the other two. So that is the sweet spot. Now that 10 minutes is a great time to get the other things ready that you need for your dinner. And then you're going to sprinkle that chicken with some cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I like to do similar to what I did with the salt, 1 tablespoon and then mix it, and then another tablespoon and then mix it. Now this does this coating on the chicken, which I actually think is also protecting the chicken breast a little bit in the air fryer, because you're just not going to believe how tender and juicy this chicken breast meat ends up. I think it's a combination of that salt and this cornstarch. But the other thing that the cornstarch is going to do is it's going to help the sauce stick to the chicken and really coat it later. So it's a really nice addition and it really does serve a couple of purposes. So once the chicken is coated in that cornstarch, you're moving it into the air fryer basket in a single layer. You really want to try and get it all just one layer deep. If it's more than that, the cornstarch in between 2 pieces can be a little bit gummy and you don't want that. It's okay if they're touching a little bit on the sides, but you don't want it all like piled up at all. Now that is going into the air fryer at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 7 minutes. You can take it out after the 7 minutes and just cut into one and make sure it's not pink in the middle. If it still is a little pink, you can do 2 more minutes, but I think it'll definitely be done by then. I'd say check it again just to make sure you don't want to be eating rare chicken, of course. Now, while that chicken is cooking, we're going to make the orange sauce and we're doing it in the microwave. If you want to do it stovetop, you totally can do it stovetop. I just find it really great that I actually mix it in a microwave safe glass measuring cup that does the measuring and the mixing, and then that goes into the microwave. And so I'm really using no dishes for this recipe, really 1 measuring cup that goes into the dishwasher and the air fryer is doing the rest. So get out your measuring cup and you're measuring 2 teaspoons of cornstarch into there and then 1/4 cup of orange juice. Stir until the cornstarch is really dissolved. It's going to be kind of cloudy looking. Then you add another 1/4 cup of orange juice, a little soy sauce, garlic powder, ground ginger. And I'll just say you totally could use minced garlic and fresh ginger in here if you want to, but this sort of is this like quick weeknight meal with the air fryer and the microwave. So I figure why not make it super simple and just use the powdered stuff, measure something, and that's it. Now, what I like to do at this point is to put that measuring cup into the microwave for 30 seconds, give it a stir, then put it in for another 30 seconds, give it a stir. And then that's when I measure some honey in, 3 tablespoons. What I do is measure a tablespoon of honey into my tablespoon measurer and then put it into that warm liquid and stir. The warmth of the liquid melts the honey off, and then you measure a second one, measure a third one. So you're essentially like stirring and melting the honey in all at the same time by using that heated up liquid. Now that's going back into the microwave 20 seconds at a time. Now watch it carefully. It's going to start really kind of frothing up all of a sudden. Once it starts frothing, you know it's done. It's to a boil. That means that the cornstarch has cooked in and you're going to see it's got a nice glossiness to it. It's going to be thick and shiny. When your chicken is cooked, transfer it to a serving dish, spoon that hot orange sauce over top and stir to coat. And then I like to sprinkle it with some sesame seeds and green onions over top. Okay, I will put the link to this recipe in the show notes for this podcast episode, or you can head to cookthestory.com/ROTD and get it there. Everything there is arranged by date. So it's helpful to know that today is October 2nd of 2025. And if you make this recipe and love it, or if you have made any of my recipes and loved them, make sure that you go and leave a comment and a 5-star rating. The comment, that's conversation between you and me. Let me know what you did, what you liked. really, really love learning from you. The 5-star rating, that helps me and helps me grow my business. And it helps other people too, because they see those 5 stars when they're searching for recipes on Google, and then they know they can trust the recipe and head on over. So if you have made a recipe from cookthestory.com or thecookful.com that you have loved, make sure you go and put the comment and a 5-star rating there. Thank you very much. I'm Christine Pittman from cookthestory.com, thecookful.com, the all-new chicken cookbook, and from this podcast, Recipe of the Day. I hope you have a great day. Let's get cooking.